Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. I am Herbalist Leo. I help people who feel sick and tired of being sick and tired, or people that are struggling with chronic conditions to grow health from the roots up. Today, I wanted to talk about roots, herbal roots that can help you unwind, de-stress, get sleep that will rejuvenate your body, replenish your resources. So, stress developed as an adaptive response to acute stress. When I'm talking about acute stress, I'm thinking about the predator running after this human in the savannah, the saber-toothed lion chasing you in the middle of nowhere, and you are um, putting all your resources to either run away, freeze, or fight the predator. But in our modern life, we don't have predators usually. Sometimes we do, but in everyday life, we don't have those predators around us. But what we do have, and a lot of it, is chronic stress, a type of stress that is ongoing every day that run our bodies down. Those could be the stress that come with your workplace, relationship, money issue, health issue, and they wear down the system and kind of deplete it of all its resources. In addition, part of the stress response is that digestion is not prioritized. And that's because nobody wanted to sit for a good meal when there is a predator threatening you. The idea was to run as fast away as you can. So there is um, not a lot of prioritizing for the digestive system, and that look like less blood flow into the digestive system, which means that your ability to digest food and to absorb nutrients when you are stressed is compromised, which again doesn't help you with replenishing the body's resources. Turning to roots can help you ground the body and the mind and nourish the brain, can help you all unwind, relax, and then you can get better rest, better night sleep, which when come to it can replenish the entire system. So let's talk about the affinity between roots and the brain. So just take a look at roots. It's interesting to look at roots because when you look at them, you see that they resemble the nervous system. They look like nerves. They live enclosed in the earth, a sphere that is dark, moistened, and chilly, very much like the brain. Roots send tiny tongues to taste the soil, seeking water and minerals to nourish the plants. When we think about nourishment, we usually think about the food we eat. That's what all of us think when we think about what do we want to eat. But we actually nourish through the nervous system all the time. Everything that you hear, that you see, that you touch, nourish your nervous system. It's nourish your mind, it nourishes your soul. So the newspaper you read or the book you read, the music you listen to, the social media, everything you touch, your clothes even, is a type of nourishment. And it comes to us through the nervous system. Roots have control over the entire growth of plants and the development of the different parts of the plant by controlling the uptake of minerals and nutrients. Minerals play a crucial role in nerve conductivity in the brain, supporting brain metabolism, learning, memory, and mood. Those minerals are essential throughout life, but for the embryo and for children that are developing, for the developing brain, they are vital. So we are talking about minerals such as calcium, magnesium, iron, zinc, iodine, and selenium are all essential minerals that you need as part of your food that are essential for brain health and cognitive function. Now, minerals generally dissolve in water. In the garden, they dissolve in the water that is in the soil, absorbed into the root, and distributed into the entire plant. Therefore, roots are so rich in minerals, and they can nourish and support brain health. One such root that is really beneficial for brain health is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is one of the most well-known herbs in the Ayurvedic tradition. The Ayurvedic tradition goes back about 8,000 years from now to 6,000 before the Christ. It's the Indian traditional medicine. It was an important Rasayana medicine used to increase vitality and immunity. The taste of ashwagandha is earthy, it's minerally, and it's a little bit of moistening. It is iron and potassium. Ashwagandha is a little bit warming to the system, slightly, not very. It's not like cayenne pepper. It's slight warming herb, moistening and relaxing. It is used for windy, drying condition when psychological tension, worry, and fear lead to stress and dryness. Think about cold, windy day when it's cooling, the wind is like carrying you, and it's very drying. Ashwagandha is a mild adaptogen. Now, in the last video, I talked about adaptogen and astragalus as an adaptogen, so you might want to go and listen to that one. But they increase the body capacity to adapt to stress and its ability to build energy, not through working directly on the nervous system, but through working on the nervous system alongside the immune system and the endocrine system. In the case of ashwagandha, it works a lot through the nervous system and the endocrine system. Unlike most adaptogen, ashwagandha is not a stimulant. A lot of the adaptogen like aleutro and schizandra are stimulant herbs, so they will stimulate, you will feel more energy immediately. It is more calming herb, which is important because it will help you rest enough so your body will create the energy that you need. In Ayurveda, it is considered to be Rasayana herbs that rejuvenate worn down, emaciated, fatigued people. It is important to know that if you stimulate somebody who is run down, it's like borrowing cash when you don't have it in the bank. Eventually, you will get to a burnout. So the magic of ashwagandha is that it helps you relax and get the rest that you need, so you increase the cash in the bank. You don't draw on something you don't have. That's important to know about ashwagandha. Ashwagandha nourishes the nervous system and balances cortisol levels. A whole spectrum ashwagandha extract was found to reduce cortisol levels in the blood. Some of its components bind to GABA receptors, and that instigate a feeling of calm and relaxation, like this good, I can let go and rest. The number one complaint that clients come to me is fatigue. If you are constantly tired, you need to go and find out what is the root cause. Fatigue can mask serious condition. So taking ashwagandha, instead of going down the rabbit hole and unveiling the root cause, might have serious implication. So before you start taking ashwagandha, figure out, is it a sleep problem? Is it a thyroid issue? Is it something like even cancer? Fatigue can come in a lot of shape, and forms and implicate different conditions. You want to find out the root cause. Ashwagandha is not a nerve sedative, so it's not going to put you to sleep right away if you take it before bed. What it does, it is slowly building the system after consistent use and help you wind down. It is hard to get a good night's sleep if you have cortisol spikes and dips during the day and night. If you suddenly at night have a cortisol spike, you will wake up. It is also hard to have a good night's sleep if your endocrine system is unable to produce enough melatonin. So ashwagandha, what it does really, it's work to stabilize the endocrine system, peaks and dips. So you get a regular cycle, a more even cycle of cortisol and melatonin. So your circadian cycle is more rhythmic. It works as it should work. Ashwagandha also support cognition, memory, learning. It could be simple forgetfulness, where I left my keys, or it could be more for degenerative diseases like Alzheimer. Because it's bind to GABA receptor, it supports people who struggle with chronic anxiety. So how do you use ashwagandha? Ashwagandha, because of this very beautiful picture of minerals in it, does not extract well in alcohol. So a tincture of ashwagandha is basically useless. Traditionally, in Ayurveda, for thousands of years, ashwagandha was used in milk. Today, I suggest dairy or non-dairy. A tablespoon of ashwagandha for a cup of milk, you warm it and mix, add a teaspoon of honey, and I like to just put a chai bag in it, like a bag of chai tea in it. Some people add the cinnamon and cardamom separately, but you get the gist of it, the chai spices in it. You warm, you melt everything down, and you drink it. I mixed it also at one point with a little bit of cocoa powder too. It makes like a cocoa, ashwagandha, cinnamon, beautiful drink. And drink it a couple of times a day. As I said, you need the consistency and you need the build-up in order to get to the evening and have this relaxing good night's sleep. You can also use it in capsules. There are capsules of ashwagandha powder, and you can buy them. The dosages is 2 capsules 3 times a day. Yeah, so you want to use it throughout the day in order to even out the endocrine system. It's not something that you would use like a sleeping pill just before bed. There are a couple of safety concerns when it comes to ashwagandha. First of all, it is in the Solanium botanical family, which is tomatoes, eggplants, peppers. If you are sensitive to any of those plants in that family, don't use ashwagandha. Because ashwagandha affects GABA receptors, it is not to be used alongside pharmaceutical from the barbiturates family or anxiolytic medicine. Ashwagandha directly stimulates the thyroid gland, so thyroid hormones. You don't want to use ashwagandha if you're hyperthyroid. So your thyroid anyway produces too much thyroid hormone. That will make it even worse. And you also don't want to use ashwagandha during pregnancy and while breastfeeding. Roots are kind of a natural route when you try to calm yourself, when you have a windy brain, when you feel a never-ending gusts of thoughts and worries and anxiety. Roots can be grounding, nourishing, and calming. This was the last one for 2024. Wishing you a happy holiday season, whatever you are celebrating. See you next year. I welcome any comments or any questions in the comment below. Happy holidays. Bye.